The first synonym for hero in Microsoft Word is Superman. Superman is an iconic American superhero for 20th and 21st century audiences. He is the lead character in the emblematic comic and movie franchise by the same name. Superman is an alien from the dying planet Krypton. His father sends him to Earth when he is a child as the last member of their race. Superman represents an ideal American citizen through the use of masculinity, sacrifice, and service, and total assimilation as an immigrant. For this project, we studied 3 movies within the Superman franchise: the 1978 film Superman, the 2006 film Superman Returns, and the 2013 film Man of Steel. Each of these films brings the Superman model to a new generation. Masculinity is portrayed in the Superman movies through physical appearance, the protection of women, and fatherhood. Throughout the movies, Superman remains white, which is a feature of ideal citizenship throughout American history. Superman's whiteness also helps his acceptance into American society, as he is easily able to blend in with his traditional American family. He is initially instilled with working-class values through blue-collar jobs in Middle America, which makes him relatable to middle-class Americans.
I grew up in Kansas, General. About as American as it gets.
Additionally, Superman becomes more muscular with more chiseled features as the character and franchise progress. These features change in accordance with America's masculine beauty ideals throughout the decades, while still adhering to Superman's original hypermasculinity. This idealized beauty standard and his charming trait of being unable to lie makes him attractive to most of the women in these films.
Here I am, like a kid out of school, holding hands with a god.
He was Superman. Everyone was in love with him.
I just think he's kind of hot.
Superman fulfills his role as a protector by saving specifically women a total of 12 times in these 3 films alone, in addition to saving the entire world several times. He is instilled with these masculine American ideals by both his biological alien father and his adopted human father. His biological father expects Superman to be a paragon for humanity, and his Earth father also knows that he will become a respected hero, even though he fears the reaction of the world to Superman's powers.
And there's one thing I do know, son, and that is you are here for a reason.
You will give the people an ideal to strive towards.
Masculinity and sacrifice for country are linked together by President Theodore Roosevelt's quote, "Men and nations are established through strenuous endeavor," unquote. Superman abides by this principle in each of the movies. His fathers model for Superman the importance of sacrifice, specifically through service to one's people. His biological father, in order to protect Superman and the Kryptonian race, fights to his death and allows himself to die. Superman's Earth father also dies in an effort to conceal Superman's powers and protect his identity. This ties into masculinity and sacrifice, as servicemen are seen as ideal American citizens, as shown in President Kennedy's famous quote,
"Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country."
Superman often puts himself in danger for the betterment of humanity, and through this further accentuates his protector position. His alliance with the military in Man of Steel also equates him to the already established American hero, the soldier.
This man is not our enemy.
Superman himself is sent to Earth as a sacrifice by his father, which is very reminiscent of Jesus Christ being sent to Earth as the only Son of God as a sacrifice.
They only lack the light to show the way. For this reason, above all, their capacity for good, I have sent them you, my only son.
Superman is sent to Earth as a superior being, instructed by his father to be a guiding light and savior for the more primitive Earthlings.
But why Earth, Jerome? They're primitives, thousands of years behind us.
You will need that advantage.
In the 1978 Superman film, Superman is shown saving Americans, but with the increase of globalized Western culture, his domain expands to include the entire world by the time the 2013 film Man of Steel is created. This represents the imperialistic tendencies of the U.S. since its founding. Senator Albert Beveridge says Americans should be the master organizers of the world to establish a system where chaos reigns, and Superman is sent to Earth for similar reasons. First, however, he must come to terms with his alien status. Superman represents the ideal American immigrant through service to country, assimilation, and proving himself as a worthy citizen. His alien father in the 1978 Superman sends him specifically to Kansas, at the heart of the American Midwest, to learn the basics about the American identity. Initially, the citizens of Earth reject Superman, but through his sacrifice for country, he is able to prove his worthiness as an American immigrant. In one iconic scene, Superman kills the only other remaining survivor from his home planet, General Zod, who is a threat to humanity on Earth. This is representative of cutting all ties to his former homeland in order to fully assimilate into and protect American citizenship. Additionally, in each of the movies, Superman takes on a secret identity in order to blend in with Earthlings. American culture expects citizens of the country to conform to American culture in order to be respected and understood as worthy. Any deviation is seen as a danger to society. In the end, Superman is accepted by the U.S. and the world as a hero because of his masculinity, sacrifice for humanity, and assimilation to American values.
Welcome to the planet.
It's a good time for Superman.